Hello, hello, Wired fam. Hope everybody's doing well. Good evening, good evening. How's everybody doing this evening? I'm going to start out by saying hello. And if you're new, please make sure you drop me a comment when you get on. Let me know where you're from. I always like to see where we're reaching out. And I always like to say hello back to you guys. So make sure when you get on tonight, you drop me a hello. Let me know where you're tuning in from. And welcome. Welcome to the live. Wired Live. I'm looking forward to it. Going to be a short one tonight. Wired did not sleep very good last night. I can tell you that. I tossed and turned. I was up till 2, woke up at 5 this morning, so I didn't get much sleep. So we're probably going to have a good chat tonight, talk for a little while, and then we're going to call it a night. But you guys know me. I get on the road, start talking. You guys start asking questions. Next thing you know, we've been on here an hour and a half. So um, we will see how the live goes tonight. How's that? We'll see how the live goes, and we'll go from there. My shop is an absolute disaster. I'm not even going to let you guys see my shop. I've got stuff laying all over the place. I can barely get my elbows on my workbench here because there's so much stuff scattered all over the place. I just hadn't had time. I had time to do nothing. I mean, Wired's been so busy. Baseball's getting ready to wind down. We got about another week of fall ball. We got 2 games left on the fall ball season, so getting ready to wind that down. And my coaching duties. Excuse me, my coaching duties will be over here in about a week, and we're going to get back to hopefully getting this shop cleaned up because it looks like a bomb went off in here. Got a boat back here we're working on back here, like this way. Got a boat we're working on in here. Getting ready to put a live scope in another. Getting ready to send another live scope angler out into the world, guys. Let's see who all's on tonight. Let's see. Jimmy Pratt. Hello, hello. Shedrick Hellplo from Crawfordville, Florida. What's going on? Joseph. Hello from North Carolina. Roadhouse. What's up? What's up? White House, Tennessee. Johnny Coots. Good evening, everyone from Ringgold, Georgia. What's going on? Ronnie Harris from Carrollton, Georgia. Hello, hello. Got Tom A from Pennsylvania. Hello. Got Jonathan Hunt. Hello from Bee Springs, Kentucky. What's going on? Scott from Central Illinois. What's going on? Paul. Hello, hello. Jeffrey Smith. What's up? Hello, Matt, Wired family from Rogersville, Tennessee. Crappie Kev. What's going on? Jonathan Hunt. Hello, hello. So, real quick, just want to kind of talk to you guys about the Fort Loudon tournament. So, Fort Loudon, Heidi, hello, Heidi, Laura, and the boys are doing great. Everybody's doing great. The Wired fam's doing real well. They're all upstairs snoozing right now. So, they caught some early Z's tonight. So, I'm heading. I'm heading that way real quick. All right. I just made 38 other people yawn. That's pretty cool. And probably several hundred more when you guys watch this video tomorrow. So if you just yawned, leave me a comment and say, yeah, you made me yawn. Quit yawning. It's too late, too early, too late. One of them two. It's too something to be yawning. So Loudon tournament, East Tennessee Crappie Club, Fort Loudon tournament this past weekend. It was a good tournament. Did not fish my best, that's for sure. But finished 4th in the event. I thought it was a good finish. I did not feel like I fished my best. But Mama said there'll be days like this, right? There'll be days like this. So, yeah, again, good tournament. Fish were deep, deeper than I was fishing even. Caught my biggest fish. It was almost a pound and a half fish. Caught it in 42 feet of water. So, there you go. If you're looking for big fish on Loudon, go to 40 feet. All right. Caught that fish on a black and chartreuse stump bug, ACC crappie stick. And when I pulled that fish out of 42 foot of water, its air bladder literally poked out of its mouth. So when I pulled it up and went to take the hook out of its mouth, the air bladder was in its mouth, completely full in its mouth. I had to push the air bladder out of the way to get the jig out. So that fish went in the live well. I did clip that fish with 2 fin clips, one on its pectoral fins, and then I put another one in its lip. 30 minutes later, I pulled that fish out of the live well and was able to actually stick its air bladder back down in its gullet, and that fish lived. So, if anybody ever asks if fin clips work for a crappie, absolutely. I'm a big believer that they work because I've witnessed it multiple times. Multiple times have I witnessed that. That was the first time I've ever stuck an air bladder back down in a fish's throat. But when I pulled it out of the live well, 30 minutes later, it was deflated and it was just sitting in its mouth, and it was just like skin sitting in its mouth. And I just reached down in there and poked it one time to see what would happen, and it went in a little bit. So I just kind of poked it back down in there, and fish lived. I was very, very surprised. That fish was probably one of my most lively fish. So I was real happy about that. And I was really happy that that fish survived. So for what it's worth, that's my 2 cents, my 2 pennies. Pescando Roger. Hello there. Thumbs up, new follower here. What's going on, buddy? Welcome, welcome. Daryl Quarles, good evening from Birchwood. Hello, Daryl. Dan Long from Austin, Texas. I got to say, crappies are playing really hard to get right now. Yeah, you guys are probably right there at the end of that summer pattern, and it gets tough. Have y'all's temperatures started cooling down? Once the temperatures start cooling down, they'll turn back on. Nathan Wood, what's going on? Ashley Coffee, hello, hello. There's my beautiful wife right there, living life with Laura. Let's see, East Tennessee Leo, Haywired fam. Hope everyone has had a blessed day, as do I. It's been a good day. Andy Perry, what's up, Matt? Been a hot minute since I've been on. Life got going, done with school, and working full time. Man, welcome back. Glad to see you, Andy. I definitely know what it's like to work full time with 2 different or 3 different jobs. So, you know, I've got my full time job, my second full time job, okay, and then a third full time job when you guys book all my guide trips. So, you know, it's definitely a lot. There's no doubt about it. So I definitely understand that. But welcome back. Glad you're back. Glad to see you. How's the kids? How's the wife? How's the mom? How's the dad? How is everybody? You thought the wife was asleep. Yeah, I thought she was. She's not. She's supporting me, like always. Let's see. All right, so again, Loudon. If you're looking for big fish on Loudon, they're deep. They're still deep. The big ones are out deep still, on ledges, deep flats, still main lake type stuff. But there is no shortage of fish in that 20 to 25 foot range on structure on Loudon. Okay, there's absolutely no shortage of fish. Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of fish. I don't know how many fish I actually caught in the tournament, but I can tell you right now, it was a lot. I mean, I caught a bunch of fish in the tournament. I caught every one of them again on a black and chartreuse stump bug. Um, I started throwing it that morning. I threw it last week. Caught a lot of fish last week on it. Started throwing it that morning, and they were hitting it, so I never switched. I stayed right with it. There were even a couple of piles that I got fish fired up on with a black and chartreuse, and then switched to a purple and chartreuse, and I even switched to a white and chartreuse just to try to see if I could get a different reaction from fish. And I got one. It was, nah, we don't want that. So I threw that black and chartreuse back in there, and they hit it. So I stuck with black and chartreuse all day. That nightstick stump bug, and it just worked. So I stuck to it. Um, oh, real quick, hang on. I've been asked a lot about the new ACC rods that came out. Okay, these are the ACC Crappie sticks. This is the GS061P. The 1P stands for one piece. Okay, so for you guys that say, I don't like a two-piece rod, I want a one-piece rod. Well, ACC, listen to you. You got a one-piece rod. Okay, they now have one-piece rods, and you can get those at Crappie Cove with a discount from Wired, WIRED, which is, where's our banner at? Right there. There it is. There's our discount codes. Okay. So, guys, remember, you can save on ACC Crappie sticks through Crappie Cove. Okay. I do not have anything with ACC as far as a discount for you guys, but Crappie Cove sells ACC rods. Oops, I tore my tags off. Sells the ACC rods, and you can get a discount Wired. Okay. So, not break the tip off this. These are, as you can see right here-ish. See if you can read that. All right. GS061P. That is a medium fast action rod. Okay, guys. So, a couple things that are a little different with the one-piece rods. You got a little orange accent on these rods. So you got a little orange. You guys know I like orange. Okay. We're gonna call that a wired orange, is what we're gonna call it. We're gonna say these are wired ACCs. All right, you got a little orange on there. Got a different reel seat. Okay, guys. So a little bit different reel seat. Cork grips. I love the cork grips. I do like the super grip too, but I am a cork grip guy. Always have been. So a little bit different reel seat. I do like it. It's very comfortable. Okay. I probably like this reel seat more than I do just the regular ACC reel seat. Let me grab one of the other ACCs. Hang on. Let me grab one of the two pieces. Hang on. Okay. So on a two-piece ACC, that is your reel seat right there. Okay. That is your reel seat for a two-piece ACC. And then there's your reel seat for a one-piece ACC. Okay. So, again, I like the reel seat a little bit better. It's a little bit more streamlined, if you will. So you can see where this has the dips and it's got the plastic and things in it. This is a little more streamlined. So it's a little bit more smooth, if you will. Across the top, straight line, streamlined, however you want to say it. And it fits your hand a little better. I like it. Okay. You guys know that I was always a one-piece rod guy. Then I picked up an ACC, and I was like, well, these things are bad. First and foremost, these are bad to the bone. And the two-piece really never bothered me, okay? I don't take my rods apart and put them in a rod locker, okay? My rods stay on the deck or in the back of the boat. So I don't typically take them apart and put them in a rod locker, so I don't have any reason for a two-piece. But the two-piece didn't bother me. But we're going to see what the one-piece ACC does. We're going to put some reels on these, and we're going to be using them in the next couple weeks. Again, I do like the reel seat. It is a nice reel seat, and I think I'm going to really like it. So, we'll get these rigged up and get them out there, get using them, and I'll let you guys know exactly how I feel about them. First impressions, I like them, okay? So that's the 6-footer. And the 6.5 footer does not look any different. The 6.5 footer is just a little longer, but it's got the same reel seat. Open it up, show it to you. Medium fast action. Love a medium fast. Okay, medium fast is where it's at when you're shooting docks or when you're casting. That fast action gets you a little bit more distance, gives you a little more backbone. Got that nice fast tip. Snaps back well. Doesn't have a whole lot of bounce when it comes back. A flimsy rod has a lot of bounce in the end of it. Okay. So there is the 6.6. That's the 6.5. That's the GS66 1P. Again, medium fast. The little orange accents on it. We're going to call that wired accents, like I said. And then there's that same reel seat. Okay, guys? So check them out on their website. You can get those at crappiecove.com in Maryville, Tennessee. You can use that wired discount, WIRED. Save yourself a little money, okay? So that's the two new rods. I'm looking forward to using those. Same eyes, same guides. Nothing's changed there. It's basically the same rod except for a little orange accent on it and new reel seat. And it's one piece instead of two. So looking forward to it. And I'll definitely update you guys with that. This week, you will see the Fort Loudon tournament. One thing I will mention about the Fort Loudon tournament is I caught them in an extremely weird way on the Fort Loudon tournament. So you guys will kind of see a little bit of that in the video. I kind of, I don't want to say I stumbled on a pattern, but I was watching fish on my screen react to a way I'm not typically used to fishing. So, once I keyed in on that and I caught that, and I was watching it and I thought, did that just happen? I thought that was strange. And I tried it again. I tried to replicate it and it worked. And I did it again and it worked. And I did it again and it worked. And I did it again. I sat there and caught probably 20 or 25 fish doing it. And I don't want to ruin the video coming out Monday, but it was very, very strange to me. Even I, again, learn on the water. Okay. So I say that to say this: don't ever be afraid to think outside the box, because it was extremely outside the box for me. And I absolutely had a blast catching them that way. And as a matter of fact, I did not video the bait that so there was actually a bait that I used. I got one right here. Hang on. Oh, come on. So there's actually a bait that I used that, again, is not a typical bait for me. Not a typical bait for this channel. The way that I caught them on video, I was using the stump bug, but I switched to one of these. Anybody ever seen one of these? Whoopsies. So I tied one of these on, and again, I'm not going to give away the video, but it was cool. It was really neat how I caught a lot of fish. Just by identifying a different pattern, just by identifying how the fish wanted it to be presented, the bait. And it was really cool. It was really cool. So anyway, that's coming out Monday. We'll put these new ACCs to the test probably this weekend. Got several guide trips this weekend, but we're going to put the ACCs to the test, not those, because I'm not going to probably send those out on a guide trip. It'll probably be next time I get out, which should be this weekend. So we'll put those to use and do a video of those and let you guys know my honest feedback. Is there a difference in the one piece as far as backbone and durability, or is it the same ACC great product? We'll go through them and put them to the test and find out, but be watching out for that too. That'll probably be next week. Let's see here. What time of year do you pull crankbaits? Summer. Middle of summer. Thank you guys for the likes. I appreciate it. I have 2 ACC rods now. I might have to get that one also. Yeah, I mean, just holding them in my hand, I really like them. But I hadn't had a crappie on the end of them either, so we'll see. Jody, Tennessee orange. Lots of laughs. What's up, Matt? No, it's wired orange. We're going to go with wired orange. I like that. I like that better. 80-degree surface temp on Lake Gunnersville, Alabama today. Caught around 40 crappie in 15 feet of water under a dock. Crappie were about 8 feet deep in transition. The transition is near. It is. Transition is coming quickly. Docks are a great place to find summer crappie, guys. Docks are an excellent, excellent place to find summer crappie. They're under there for the shade. Okay, they are under there for the shade. There's no doubt about that. A little bit cooler water under a dock because it stays shady under a dock, and those fish will flock to a dock to stay in a little bit cooler water. The cooler the water, the higher the oxygen content. Okay, cold water holds oxygen. What you think of the rod guides? Same rod guides as again that are in the regular 2-piece ACC. So I love them. I've always liked ACC's rod guides. I don't have any issues with them whatsoever. Seems like I get line to go through them really well. Stainless steel eyes. I hadn't had any issues with mine, but I like them personally. I mean, I fished with some other rods, and I don't name other companies, but I fished with some other rods and don't particularly like them because the eyes are very small, and I don't like a real small eye. I like kind of that medium eye. I don't want something too big because I don't want line to just slap around everywhere, but I don't like them so small that I don't feel like my line goes through them all the way either. So they're kind of a medium eye, and I like them. I do personally. What up, Joel? Joel Nash in the house. What's up, Joel? Why can you catch small crappie in shallow water, but big crappie are in deeper water before transition? Thanks. Again, bigger crappie. There's probably about 4 million different reasons that people will tell you. Okay, but it's just like, let's see, what can I relate this to? Let's see. I'm trying to find something to relate it to. I'm not going to be able to, I don't think. Anyway, so small crappie, first and foremost, it's just like, oh, okay. So it's in this, like in the summer, your 6-year-old can go outside and he can run around in 90-degree heat and it not bother him. But then if your 60-year-old grandmother goes out and runs around in 90-degree heat, you might have to take her to the hospital. Okay. So similar thing with crappie. The younger fish don't necessarily need that cooler water, that higher oxygen content. They're not as affected as much by the temperatures and by the low oxygen content. So that's why you find those smaller fish in those areas in the summer. Okay. They're not necessarily as affected as those larger fish are. That makes sense. Silver Buddy, smallmouth killer on Cherokee. Lots of laughs. It's a crappie killer on Loudon, too. All right. I know this is off topic, but when you use spot lock, do you drop an anchor at the back of the boat? No, I do not. I fish out of the front of the boat, so if I hit spot lock, my front of my boat should stay put. Now, the back of the boat may swing around a little bit, but the front should stay where I lock it at. There's a good question. Do you troll in the fall? If so, what do you use? I absolutely love to troll in the fall. And yes, I troll in the fall all the time. Y'all like my hairdo? It's a mess tonight. All right. I troll in the fall all the time. And I'll use any bait. I like an action tail bait. I like a Charlie Brewer slider or a crappie magnet slab curly or a Mr. Twister or a I can see him in my head, but I can't think of the name. Anyway, something with a curly tail, some kind of action tail, paddle tail, curly tail. Bait is kind of what I like to troll with. I like something with action because you're looking for that reaction strike. Okay. And I like something again like a slab curly from Crappie Magnet or a Mr. Twister or Southern Pro Hot Grub, that's the other one I was looking for. Or Charlie Brewer slider, something of or that nature, something with some action to it. Now, I will troll a straight tail bait as well. Sometimes I'll mix it up because I put 2 jigs on one line. So sometimes I'll put a straight tail, and sometimes and I'll switch it up to an action tail on the same line, same rod. Sometimes I'll put that action tail first to try to get a fish's attention, and then that straight tail for them to react to. I just mix it up, okay? Again, contrasting colors. If I put a black and chartreuse on one line or on one jig head, I want to put something different. That's black and chartreuse is kind of it's an all around color water bait, but it's great in muddy water. So I'll put like a black and chartreuse, and then like a slick or a slick neon, something that's a more natural color. I just try to mix it up on each rod. Okay. That's what I like to do. And then, 2/16, 2/8, 2/32, whatever it is you're trolling, however deep the fish are, whatever you're trying to get down to. Looking at planer boards for both crappie and walleye use, fishing no deeper than 30 feet. Should I go with mini planer boards like the OR38 or the bigger ones with the flag like OR12? Thanks. Crappie and walleye use, fishing no deeper than 30 feet. How heavy of a jig are you using for walleye? I mean, if you're not using anything more than an 1/8, I would go with the smaller board. Or a quarter. If you're using jigs that equal up to more than a quarter, I'd probably go with the larger board. If you're fishing with 2 jigs or whatever your bait is, if it's less than a quarter or a quarter or less, I would stick with the smaller board. So, like I was saying, guys, Fort Loudon, great tournament. Congrats to everybody who fished Fort Loudon. Congrats to the winners. Again, Wired finished 4th in the tournament, so good tournament, but did not win. Did not fish our best like we probably should have. Kevin, are you a half man? You talking half ounce? I am kind of a half man. I'm a little short, but I'm thinking you're talking about half ounce. No, I don't fish with halves. Largest jig head I fish with is a quarter. Prowler boards is what I use. Prowler boards is a good board. Prowler makes a good board. There's a lot of good boards on the market. Yellowbird makes a good board. I think even Corey Thomas has some boards out. I'm not sure who made Corey's boards. He's got a signature series board out, I think, and I'm not sure who makes them. But I've seen them; they look like a good board. They just came out, but I'm not sure who makes them. So anyway, yeah, a lot of good boards out there. Several different good board makers for sure. All right, guys, we've been on about half an hour. I think we're going to call it tonight. I think that is all that I'm going to be able to give you guys tonight, and I apologize for that. Normally we go an hour, sometimes an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours even, but this night right here, we're going to call it. I've got to get upstairs and get ready for bed, so I got to try to get some sleep tonight. Guys, say a prayer for me. Hope I get some sleep tonight because I'm dragging. I'm running on E, so hopefully. Oh, wait a minute. One more. Do you guide on Douglas? If so, are you booked up? Yes, I do. I do guide on Douglas Lake. I guide on. So, guys, I guide on Chick. I guide on Tellico. I guide on Fort Loudon. I guide on Watts Bar, and I guide on Douglas. Okay, so I do guide on those 5 lakes. If you go to my website, wiredforcrappie.com, my schedule is on there. You can look at my schedule and you can book a trip. There have been some instances with my website that they have double booked me. My website has allowed it to double book. I don't know why. I'm trying to get them to figure that out right now. But if that happens, I'll always let you guys know. I'll always call because you got to put your phone number in there when you book a trip. But there is no lake on my website. It's just for the guide trip. So You can always put what lake you'd like to fish. Like I said, Chick, Loudon, Tellico, Watts Bar, Douglas. And I always like to call you guys, talk to you guys about, how you fish, how you like to fish, what kind of techniques you like to use, what techniques you've used before, then what lake you want to go to, times, all that good stuff. So all that's on the website. You can check that out there. That explains everything on the website, wiredforcrappie.com. Also, merch for Wired for Crappie. You got shirts, hats, all that good stuff. Merch on the website as well. And if you guys have any questions or comments, obviously there's a contact me on there. You can send me an email or shoot me a message on Facebook, however you guys want to do that. But George said, I would like to book Chick on tournament day. Yeah, well, I block off my tournament days, George. So, I don't take bookings on my tournament days. And if for some reason it does book on my tournament days, I generally always change those because, let's face it, I can't have a guy trip and fish a tournament. But, George, I would love to take you anytime you want to go, but it's got to be after the tournament because you're participating in the tournament. But I'd love to take you after, and, I don't know Chick any better than anybody else. There's a lot of good fishermen. There's a lot of good guys in the club that are going to do well on Chick, and, we'll see if we can't go down there and pull one out. George is actually a member of the East Tennessee Crappie Club, guys, so and he is fishing the Chick tournament with us next October. This coming October. Third Saturday of October is Chick tournament, and I am looking forward to it. I love fishing Chick. There's a ton of fish in that lake, and I just love going and catching fish. I don't always have to catch fish this big. I'm fine with fish this big as long as I catch 200 of them. So I always love to just go catch fish. Hey, that's what we're here for, is to go catch fish, right? So I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a blast. Going to the lake. Going to the site now. Thanks, Matt. You're very welcome. I will say this. If you're going to book a guide trip on Douglas, don't book it for October because they're dropping the lake and it is extremely tough a lot of the times in October because they draw that lake down like 30 feet and those fish just get shocked. It just messes them up. So you always got to give them a little bit of time to kind of reboot. And October is probably not one of the best months. Now, can we go catch fish? Absolutely, but it's not one of the best months. You're not going to go catch 250 fish that day. So anyway, with that being said, just maybe think about that when you're looking at dates. All right. So again, guys, I appreciate y'all. As always, God bless. Say a prayer for me that I get some sleep tonight because I'm like, and I will see you guys same place next week, same time. Thank you guys for everything you do. Thank you guys for being here tonight, and we will catch you on the next one. Night, guys. See you later. Have a good week.